Hello, my friends. Bobby D coming to you live from Lambon, Cebu, Philippines. Having an awesome time in the Philippines today. Hope you are as well, wherever you're from. Hey, today, I want to suggest for those of you that are here for the first time that you would click on subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you continue to see fresh, new Philippine videos, motivational videos, and worldwide videos. Now, today we're going to take a look at Philippines province life in Philippines. And particularly, we'll be looking at some of the things that the province people do and some of their characteristics. Now, when you talk about province people, you understand, this is the Philippines. Yeah. I just love saying that, y'all. I guess y'all know that by now. But yeah, when we're dealing with the Philippines people, they are a peculiar people. Andy, what's going on? Dennis, what's happening? Derek, what's going on, man? Antone, how you doing? I'm here. Going live. But we're going to talk about the province people. If you guys can't hear me because I got a different mic on, let me know and I'll adjust it. Nate, what's going on, Nate? Derek, what's up, man? Good to see you. So today we're going to take a look at province life people. Okay. Now, when you're dealing with province people, first of all, if you have a relationship with the province Filipina, you understand, these women are very peculiar people. Yeah, they're peculiar. And sometimes that peculiarity could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing. Now, let's talk about one area of peculiarity. That is privacy and what? Secrecy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. When you're dealing with province people, I'm telling you guys, you're going to be getting some baggage. Yeah, baggage. They come with a lot of baggage. Now, let me just preface this by saying I love province people. Okay. In my opinion, province people are some of the best people in the world. And particularly in the Filipinos, they're very easy to get along with. They're very loving. They're very caring. They're supportive. They are the opposite of what the American women are. And that's what most men want. A woman that can understand them, a woman that can relate to them, a woman that can help them, assist them, and not try to be demanding of them. And that's what most men, not necessarily Americans, but most men want. They want a woman that can help them move forward in life. And that's what most of the Filipinos do. They assist. Their one goal in life is to help their family and to assist their man to make it in this world. Now, one thing I'll tell you now, province women, like I say, I'm not bashing them. Province women are the best. Province people are the best. I love them. But I'm telling you guys, for those of you that have never dealt with a province woman, be ready. They can be like Jekyll and Hyde. Yeah, they can be like a Dr. Jekyll and Hyde sometimes. And the reason why is because they have baggage. Yeah, they come with some baggage. And one of the baggage is privacy and secrecy as it relates to their family. If you've ever known a province Filipina, whenever you talk about their family, be ready, guys. Yeah, because they can get upset like that and they can go into tempo like that because of the fact that they cherish their family. Many of them cherish their family more than they love God. I'm serious. Their family to the Filipina and to especially the province Filipina means everything to them. So if any attempt for you to challenge something their family member has said, any attempt for you to challenge something their family member has done, you're going to run into some serious consequences. They're going to run into Tampa with you, and they're going to get angry with you, and you're going to have a battle on your hands. So understand, guys, when you're dealing with a province Filipina, family is a very, very sensitive subject. And one of the reasons why is because when you are dealing with province people, they are very, very loyal to their family and to their family members and to their neighbors in the province. Let me tell you a particular example. Last 2 weeks ago, Lisa and I, we went down to the province like we normally do. We normally go every month or so, every other month. But this time we went up to pick up our niece. School is out. You guys that live here, school is out, right? And so you want to pick up your kids. Kids like to come to the city for the summer. Some of the kids that are in the city like to go to the province for the summer, and vice versa. So we're going to pick up our niece and our nephew. Okay, so we have a very good relationship with the people in the province, our family members, very good. At least I thought. When we get there, everything is as normal. Okay, hi, how you doing? We chit chat, and all of a sudden, D says, "Where's Rendon?" Rendon's one of our nieces, and we have a very good time. Every time we come there, she's always out and chit chatting and hollering and screaming, and she's just so glad and fun to see us, and we have a good time. So we're missing her. So we said to her mom, "Where's Rendon?" She says, "Rendon's in the house. She's just playing in the house." So what? That sounds kind of odd because Rendon's an outgoing, run type, just play, outgoing person. So I said, "Go get her. We need to see her. That's my buddy." And so she brings her there. Lisa D. She goes to Lisa D. first to get the blessing. The mono. For those of you who don't know what the mono blessing is, you get your hand, and every time the kids see us, they get our hands and put on the forehead, and that we're supposed to give them a blessing. La 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 la. And we give her the blessing. She gives the blessing. And she says, "Go see Daddy Dix." And Lisa D. said, "Look at her arm." So I get her. I said, "What?" I said, "What's wrong?" I was upset immediately when I saw her arm. Her arm, the elbow, guys, this elbow right here was on the inside. I said, "What is going on? What's going on?" She said, "I had an accident in school and I fell and I broke my arm. And it hurt for a while, but it's okay now." I said, "What?" I went immediately to her mom. I said, "What are you doing? What's wrong with you? This girl needs to go to a doctor immediately." And her mom was like, "We'll take her." It's like no big deal to her. And what I found out, she had broken her arm a month ago, and they let the child sit there for a whole month. And I was totally, totally perturbed about it. And I told Lisa D, I said, "This is crazy, man. I got to get out of here." She said, "Listen, this is province life. You got to get that American style thinking out of your mind. This is province life." And one of the things that province people do is they do not like people getting in their business. So I had to back off. Because mom was getting upset with me. I was already upset with her. And like Lisa D explained to me, people here are very secretive about their family lives. They're very private about their family lives, and they don't like people meddling. I told them, "I'm not meddling. In my mind, there's a problem, and I need to get it addressed. I'm a Christian, and if I see a problem, I have..." She said, "Listen, you got to back off of that because you will get yourself, you're a foreigner, and you'll get yourself in trouble." I said, "Okay," because I didn't want any trouble. I just kept quiet about the situation. But anyway, long story short, guys, we left there. We went home. I called back to the house. I said, "If you don't get that girl to a hospital, I'm coming down there, back down there. I'm going to take her myself." So long story short, they took her to a hospital. She had to have surgery. And I was still angry. She had to have surgery on her arm. She had broken her arm, and the mom let her sit there for a month. Can you imagine sitting there for a month with your arm broken in pain? And that's just the thing they do in the province. It's just their lifestyle. It's okay for them, but it was not okay for me. But again, I had to be realized that province life they don't like province people, do not like people meddling in their business, especially foreigners. So I had to back off. But we still got the job done. We still got her. had surgery. She's okay. She's mending now. But those are just some of the things you have to deal with when you're dealing with a province person. Now, don't get me wrong. I still love province people. They're the best. But when it comes to secrecy, when it comes to privacy, you better back off, or you're going to have some problems if you're in the mountains. All right? So that's one thing you need to know. Province people are very, very smart people. They catch on very well. They're not smart in book learning, okay? Because most of them have partial education. Some of them finish high school, but the majority of them only have partial education. So they're very smart as far as learning new things. You show them, that's how they mostly learn, by showing. And then they do what you do. But I had a hard time with that situation. I had to release it because I had to understand that I'm in a different culture now. And what happened to the child is totally acceptable for them. That's what they do there. If they blame it on the fact that they don't have money, so they'll try any kind of remedies other than taking a child to a doctor. And I said, well, look, man, you don't have to have money. If you have a zero income here in the Philippines, your health insurance is 100% free. Let's just look it up on PhilHealth. So they had free insurance. They still didn't take the child to the doctor. And man, I'm still, every time I think about it, I get a little bit perturbed. But those are some of the things you deal with when you're dealing with province people. But understand this, even though that situation occurred, province people are some of the best people in the world. Yeah, Anton, yeah, they do. They do. And I'm glad you brought that point up, Anton, because that's one of the things they actually did. Her mom says, well, we sent her to the guy that handles the arms and the muscles, and he tried to push it back in position, and we thought she was okay. I said, no, you cannot muscle person when you're dealing. You can't take a person that's got a bone issue, structure issue, to a person to handle muscles and ligament. You need a doctor. And so, man, so we'll deal with situations like that. And you guys out there, they do believe in taking them to the magic man. You know, the magic man, he gets his little potions, abracadabra, and he rubs some stuff in a bowl, and you know, that's supposed to be fixed. Yeah, they believe in that stuff too. So those are some of the things, guys, that if you deal with the province Filipina, you better be ready, because some point in time, you're going to have to deal with it. I'm letting you know, be prepared. Everything you know about the United States and every which way you was learned, you was trained and grew up, you have to throw that stuff out the window, okay? Because that your rationale and the Western style thinking and their rationale and the alien style and the province life thinking does not match up. And it can cause you to go bonkers. So you gotta release some things. One thing you cannot release is your standards, your moral standards. And that's why I couldn't get away from it. I said, my moral standards say, when I see somebody hurt, when I see somebody sick, when I see somebody in distress, I have to take action. I don't care if I'm in Kalamazoo. I gotta take action. And so when I got so upset, we had to leave. I said, we gotta leave here, because if you get upset with these people, they don't like people being upset, and especially foreigners. So we had to leave. We came back later on after he went to the doctor and everything. But I'm just trying to tell you guys, you have to be ready for anything and everything. Now, a lot of times, and the problem is, I've been dealing with these people almost 7 years, and I never ran into a situation like that. Never. I've never seen anything like that. I've always seen these people happy. I've always seen these people working. I've always seen these people playing. I've always seen these people pleasant. And we talk and we chit chat. I've never ran into a situation like that. When I talked to Lisa D on the way home, she said, that's common on the mountain. That's common in the province. Things happen and people deal with them as they feel fit. You know, I still have trouble to this day, but I had to release that and move forward, you know? So guys, if you are there dealing with the Filipina and you have to relate to them, you ever go to their home, And I would suggest that all of you that are dealing with Filipinos, go visit their houses, visit their families, visit their friends, so you can see the type of people they mix associate with, and you can know what you're dealing with. Because a lot of times, the people that they deal with, they reflect the people's attitudes. If the Filipinos angry all the time, the people to deal with are gonna be angry. So you have to check their family members out, check their friends out to see what you're getting into. Okay, Anton says my girlfriend's family is not dead. She from the province, Anton? He says they believe in the witch doctor. They believe in the witch more than going to the hospital. Okay. You know what? I found out that a lot of people in the mountains in the province, that's what they'll do. Before they take a child to before they go to the doctor, they'll go to the guy that they around the corner does all the fixing up. They call him, call him all kind of names you want to call him. But yeah. All right. So what else we got? Yeah, they could file a complaint. That's why we had to get out of there, because I was mad in business, and they don't like that. So I got out of there because they would have had me out of here. But I still can't get over. I still have to be me, and I won't compromise on doing what's right. Okay, I don't care where I'm at. I will not compromise on doing what's right. If I said the right thing and I did the right thing, because of what I said and what I did, she got help, and I'm very pleased about that. Lisa D was pleased about that as well. Okay, we'll see. Oh, you seen it in Haiti as well? Okay, I've never been to Haiti, Andy. Never been there, so I understand that there's a lot of people that don't believe in doctors in Haiti. That's for sure. So that's the thing that's going down. You got to be understanding that when you're dealing with a province person, they are Jekyll and Hyde. A lot of times they'll bring situations into the relationship that you don't know anything about. You'll ask them a question and they'll be upset and you don't have any idea what they're upset about, because that question you asked them is relating to something they went through in their province life. But they have so much pain that they really can't tell you the specifics about it. They just break down in tears, ask what's going on. They can't even speak about it. That's how hurting it is. You got to be prepared for that, guys. And you got to be prepared to understand your Filipina on every level before you get into the serious relationship, before you get into, well, let's live together or let's get married. I would advise everybody out there to take their time. Don't realize what you're actually getting. You think you're getting one person, and then as time goes on, then you start seeing who the real person is. But if you've already entered into a living relationship with that person, or if you've already entered into engagement and marriage with that person, it's hard to get back out. And you're stuck. Like Chuck. So take your time when you're dealing with Filipinas, especially province Filipinas, because they carry baggage. And also city Filipinas carry baggage. So you got to deal with the baggage they carry. But if you don't know they're carrying baggage, then that's on you. That's on you. Right, Dennis. Whenever you deal with a Filipina or Filipino, never make them lose faith, because it can be very, very detrimental to you. Now, what does it mean to lose faith? It means that you embarrass them or you shame them. Okay. Whenever a Filipino is shamed or embarrassed, guess what? They're going to come back at you any kind of way they can. And that's why we got up off that mountain, because I had to embarrass them, because I told them that was wrong. So we left. Everything's okay now. We went back down. The girl's doing good and everything's fine. But sometimes you run into things like that, and you have to be prepared for it, guys. If you ever go to their family where they live, and I encourage you all to go. If you're dealing with a Filipino, you're serious on them, go to where they live, visit their mom and pop, and get acquainted. Right, Dennis. You should never make them lose faith. And Anton said, never forget you are an outsider. Correct. Because if you forget you're an outsider, and they don't forget you're an outsider, so they're not going to treat you like you're one of them. You're going to be treated like an outsider. And outsiders, when they meddle into people's business here, you get your nose cut off. Yeah, and nose busted off too. In other words, you could get hurt, and you don't want to run into anything like that. It's all about pride and privacy, very much. With Filipinos, it's about pride of themselves, of their family, of their culture, of their nation, and it's about privacy of their lives. They like being around people. They like being friendly, but when it comes to the details, day to day of their family lives, they don't like people meddling, and they don't like people interfering. And it's just like when you're around. Let's say you and your girlfriend go out, right? When you're out in public, and you start talking to your girlfriend, all of a sudden you might have said something loud. You get a little loud. Everybody turns. Filipinos do not like loud talking people, and particularly they don't like foreigners to talk loud. So they'll turn around and watch you like that, because when you say hi, or you I don't care what it is, you say it loud, they're gonna look at you like you're crazy, and most of the men get into attack mode. Yeah, they want to fight mode because they hate loud talking people, and particularly loud talking foreigners. Got to be careful. Right. Filipinos are very private persons, very proud people. That has advantages and it has disadvantages. The advantage is that they are very loyal. Okay. They're very loyal to the people in their family for the most part, and they're very loyal to the people where they live at, their neighbors and friends. That's one of the reasons why, let's say, if you're a foreigner and you come to the Philippines and you're running from the law and you want a place to hide, guess what? Go to the province. Yeah, many people come to the province when they're running from the law. And the reason why is because the province people mind their business. They can care less where you came from. I mean, they'll talk about you to their friends. We got a new foreigner moved down here, but if as far as PNP coming up there to ask who's this guy, they're not going to say one word because they mind their business and they want other people to mind their business. That's why a lot of people come out here. Whenever there's a crime committed here in the city of Cebu, wherever the big Manila, whatever, United States, they'll come right into, they'll go straight to the province area, and they'll blend in, they'll hide away. That's why a lot of times PNP can't find people because they hide away in the province. Okay, he says they ask you to tone her down. Yeah, they ask you to tone her down, or they'll walk away from you. They sometimes they don't ask you nothing. They just walk away from it. And if they're really upset with you, they'll start an issue with you. Okay, it'll be a conflict. Now, I've never had a conflict with a Filipino, but I've had them a couple of times. I think I've related a couple of stories where I've had them look at me when I've raised my voice, and I wasn't being angry. I was just trying to get some attention to a lady one time when she was ignoring me, and a lot of people looked at me. I went back to my seat and sat down. And the Filipino, after I talked to the lady, I went to my seat and sat down. The Filipino that was sitting next to me got up. He said, "They'll move away from you when they don't like loud talking people." Anton lost in Asia. Okay, Anton, you're a new person. My name is Bobby D. My name is Bobby D. That's what they call me. My real name is Bobby Dix, Dix, like Dixie. Bobby Dix. That's my real name. Our channel here is Life in the Philippines, and we're talking about motivation. We have motivational videos, Philippine videos, and we have worldwide videos. So I want you to subscribe, Anton, to the channel. If you haven't done so, I would appreciate it. But they call me Bobby D. That's what they call me. My real name is Bobby. Thank you for asking me that question, because I'll share some channel statistics with you guys out there. Right, Bobby D. That's it. I'll share some channel statistics with you guys out there. My channel The people that view my channel the most, believe it or not, YouTube tells me that 48% of my viewing audience is, guess what, guys? Filipino. Yeah, 48% of my viewing audience is Filipino. And the 32%, 32% is Americans, and the rest is a combination of various other countries. And so when I found that out, I had to change some of the videos I do. I do a lot of, if you notice, I do a lot of Filipino videos that appeal particularly to Filipino audiences. But I still do a lot of expat videos for you guys out there because that's my main base. That's how I started. But the YouTube wants you to cater to those that view you the most. But I'll always be doing Filipino videos for you guys as well. No question about that. But yeah, for some reason, Filipinos love this channel. I mean, you'd be surprised. I walk around in Cebu City a lot, and I get stopped by Filipinos all the time. Bobby D, Bobby D. And not only Filipinos, but I get stopped by a lot of expats all the time. Thank you, Anton. Says I got great energy. I try. I try a lot. And sometimes I make it, sometimes I don't. But I appreciate you being a new son. Everybody welcome Anton into the family. Life in the Philippines family. Got a lot of people out there that I have tutored, that I have mentored to get to the Philippines. And I got a lot of people, more people coming. Recently, I had a friend, James, and his wife, GB. They were here from Huntsville, Alabama. And they brought me a whole lot of stuff, man. I was shocked. I was like, wow, you brought this for me? Yeah, they brought me a whole lot of clothes. They brought my wife some stuff. I was flabbergasted. But I helped him a lot. I talked to him a lot about stuff. He's married to a Filipina here. And this is the first time they've been back since they've been married for 5 years. It's the first time she came back. And so she was very, very happy. They have 2 beautiful little girls. And we had an awesome time with them. We had a great time fellowshipping and just talking with them. We family people. I love family, you know. And so that was a very good time for me. One of my most memorable times. So guys, what questions do you have for me out there now? While I'm here, I'm gonna be here for a while with you guys. If you got anything you want to chat about, let's open up, let's talk. It's time to talk and not walk. It's time to sing and not sound like you're singing. Time to be who you want to be. Now, let's see who we got here. I'm gonna go down the road. The roll call. All right, we got Andy, Anton, Julian Brown. Julian, where you from, Julian? I don't think I've seen you on the live shows. Oh. All right, I'm getting my scroll done. Curses went out on me. Okay, Anton says Cebu is way too much traffic. Cebu does have a lot of traffic. However, to be truthful, there's more traffic in Manila. Okay, and if you know the traffic patterns, you know when we drive a lot, and we know when to leave out the house and when not to leave out the house. We try not to drive in the afternoon if we can help it, because that's when the traffic is most. And during the mornings around 10 a.m., don't try getting out of that traffic. You're gonna be stuck for a while. So if we got to go out early in the morning, we try to get out between 7:30, 8 o'clock, and we got to go and do what we got to do. And if we got to do it in the afternoon, we try to do it after 2 o'clock, between 2 and 4, because after 4 it starts getting. But you have to know the traffic patterns if you're traveling in Cebu. And in Manila, it's like way worse than what it is in Cebu. Now, I drive in Cebu. I have a problem with driving here, but I would never drive in Manila. Manila is crazy with the traffic. Okay, Anton say he's from Bacolod. Bacolod. Not sure where that is. That's in Visaya, or is that in Mindanao? Anton said he was here over a month ago. Okay, 1 month ago. Okay. And Anton says that's like more traffic incidents than Dallas. Both cities, Manila and Cebu, have traffic. Manila is the largest city in Philippines. Okay, Manila is the largest city in Philippines, and both of them do have traffic. But for me, this is my personal opinion. I think Manila has more traffic than Cebu. Okay, and I can drive in Cebu traffic, but I can't drive in that Manila traffic. I will never do it, and I won't live in Manila because of that as well. Andy says my girl likes open. Not sure how she will feel about apartment life when she arrives. Um, your girlfriend's going to be living with you and in the States. I guarantee you, guys, you're going to run into some issues. You're going to run into some issues because it's going to be an adjustment for her. Okay, you have to be patient with her because first of all, she's going to be missing her family, and Filipinas get very, very depressed when they miss their family. Now they can talk on the internet, you can Skype them and all that, and Facebook them, but it's not like them actually being there with them, being around them. And they're gonna miss she's gonna miss her family, and you're gonna have to be very, very patient with her and very, very sensitive with her. And then being in apartment life, that's another adjustment. Because if the province people, in fact, when we got our niece and nephew here, they came here with us, right? They were supposed to stay for a month. Guess how long they stayed, guys? 1 week. Yeah, they stayed 1 week because they used to in the Philippines, in the province life, you have what's called open door policy, and in the city you have what's called closed door policy. So we keep our doors closed here, literally, and in the province the doors are open all the time, except when they go to sleep at night. And so people come in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And the kids weren't used to that. They're used to when they came to our house, our doors are closed. They weren't used to that, so they're used to. It's like we had to go home. Okay. Well, we brought them anyway because they like to have a change of pace. But yeah, you got to think your girl's going to get it. There's going to be some adjustment time for her, and you will definitely have to be sensitive and to be patient. She's going to start that crying. I want to go home. Want to go home. Want to go home. You gotta talk her through that. You gotta talk her through that, and get her through that. It's gonna take a while, man. It depends on how bad it is for her. How much you. Best thing you can do is keep her around your family. If you bring her around your family and they get along, have her always doing stuff with your family. That's probably how you can get through it. Most Filipinos are social people. They're very, very comfortable in a community setting, and they like to have pleasant things done in a community setting. All right, so we've got here. You drove in Manila, Anton. Congratulations to you. Oh, you found it the same? What part? Well, I guess it depends on what part of Manila you go to. I was in Quezon City, and I was in I forgot the name of this. Eskerma, Irma. I think it's called Irma. Those places I didn't drive. I saw how the taxi people drove, and I would never. They drove worse than people in Cebu. So I guess it depends on the person, Anton. You have more. I guess you have more tolerance than me because I would never drive another. Yeah, Andy. Manila to me, man. When you talking about that traffic, and then you talking about the pollution out there, I can't handle it, man. There's some pollution here in Cebu, but it's not as much as Manila. I can tell you that for a fact. I've been to both places, and I would definitely be much more happier here than in Manila. Okay, you drove on the west side of the Philippines. Okay. I don't know where the west side of the Philippines. You mean west side of Manila? But yeah, driving out here, I never liked the fact that I had to, before we got our car, I never liked the fact of getting on those Jeepneys. I don't know if you guys know about the Jeepneys out here, but Jeepneys are a cheap way to get around. And the cost, it's like, sometimes depending on where you're going, 8 pesos, 6 pesos, stuff like that. Very cheap. But I just don't like being crammed up like that. It just, I don't know. That's just me. Okay, 'cause you guys out there might be all for it, but me, I just don't like that. So that's why I decided to get a car, and I didn't like taxi drivers. The taxi drivers could be a pain out here, man. Some of them are okay now, but some of them try to cheat you. I mean, and then some of them drive crazy. I remember one time, Lisa D and I, okay, we took this taxi to the grocery store before we got a car. We took the taxi to the grocery store, and Lisa D, the guy said something to Lisa D. Lisa D didn't like it. So we got out the taxi. He let us off at the grocery store. The guy was looking for a tip. And she said, no, I'm not giving him anything, no tip. We paying what we owe him, and that's it. We got out of the car, and we walked around the back of the car to go to the grocery store. The taxi driver, he had a stick shift. He backed up the car and almost hit Lisa D as she would come around the back. And then when I looked at him like, I said, what are you doing? And he drove off. I mean, taxi drivers out here can be crazy, man. So that's one of the reasons why I said, hey, we got to get our own car. Tired of this public transportation. Okay, Andy says, I agree. Be patient with her and be careful. I plan on preparing her for the move, eventually American culture and how to move. Right, right. You have to prepare her mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Yeah, you got to get her ready. Because I can tell you now, it's going to be a struggle. It's not going to be no piece of cake. It's not going to be a cakewalk when she comes to the USA, because the culture and the lifestyle is different. And because she doesn't have her family network with her, she's going to be, you're the only person she has, and you're going to be struggling with it. You're going to have to introduce her to your family members so she can become acquainted with them, and that might help her. Pumpkin says secret traffic and congestion is too much for me. Hey, I hear you, Pumpkin. It's a nightmare. But I've learned how to deal with Cebu. I have not learned how to deal with Manila yet, but I can deal with Cebu. Cebu is just pretty much it's a traffic where you just sit and wait, and you wait long enough, and eventually it'll open up for you. You have to be patient in Cebu driving, but Manila, they have a lot of speedy drivers out there, and it makes it even crazier. Okay, and Antoine's from the very tip of Luzon all the. Oh, you drove? Wow, it's a lot of driving, Antoine. You must be a driving kind of guy. Hey, I hear you, man. I used to drive a lot. My last job, I don't know if I told you guys this before, but I work for Verizon Wireless. Those of you from the United States, you know what Verizon is. And you remember the guy that was on TV that said, "Can you hear me now?" And he would drive all over to the towers. That's what I did. I drove all over the country, man. I made some good money too. I was doing really good, man. But I got tired of that driving. It was too stressful. I drove all over for up and down the coast, East Coast, West Coast, North Coast, you name it, man. I was there. But I got tired of driving, man. The money was good, no doubt about it. Benefits were good. 401k. In fact, I still got some of the. I got a 401k money right now, man, and it's still earning interest. But I had a great job with them, but I just needed to be free. All right, let's see what else. Anton says, da, 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 da. All the immigration offices closing down. Um, Immigration offices closing down in Cebu. I don't know. I haven't noticed any immigration offices closing down in Cebu. In fact, they actually opened an immigration office. No, they didn't open a new one. The immigration offices here is in J Mall, and they haven't closed down. Everything's pretty much the same, but I haven't noticed anything closing down. Andy, if you know, let me know if you notice one closing down, so I can check on and see what's going on with it. Anton says, got tired of getting scammed. I bought my car. I bought my car 2 months after I got here. Okay, got tired. Okay, so Antoine, when you bought your car, did you pay cash for the car and bought it outright, or are you paying monthly payments? One thing I recommend everybody do when you buy your car, buy cash. Monthly payments kill your budget. Buy cash. And it's hard. Sometimes they have a double standard here as far as foreigners and Filipinos. Okay, when you try to get a loan out here, they make it much harder for you to get a loan if you're a foreigner. If you're a Filipino, much easier. And also for you guys that are trying to buy a house or trying to buy a condo, if you want to buy a condo, you can buy a condo in your own name. Okay, you're going to buy the condo. You can't buy the land, but you buy the condo, and you put it in your name. You don't have to have your Filipino on there, nothing. Be all totally in your name. If you buy a house on lot, but you lease the DNI, you have to be married to the Filipina, and in order for you to get a house and lot. If you, let's say you pass away or whatever, I mean, or your Filipino passes away. Let's say your Filipino passed away and you bought a house and lot. You cannot stay in that house. You got to sell that house because you're a foreigner. Foreigner can't own land in the Philippines unless you're married to a Filipina. Keep that in mind, guys. You guys are coming here to live. All right, let's see what else we got. I suggest getting your paperwork ready for Lisa D now before it's too late. She never wants to visit America. Sorry for this. Oh, a paperwork. Yeah, we're trying to get a. We tried last year to get a a tourist visa, and we had so much trouble with it, man. They turned it down. So we're gonna try again. Hopefully this time she'll get it, and I can take her to the USA and visit. Oh, you think Trump is going to shut them down globally? I hope not. I hope not. There's a lot of things going down as far as immigration, but the Philippines going to other countries is the lifeblood of the Philippines because OFW remittance. Those of you who don't know, OFW is overseas uh, foreign workers. They are one of the lifebloods, and in addition to tourism for this country. So shutting down immigration is going to be tough on this country because a lot of people work in the United States and they send back U.S. dollars to help the Philippines. Those U.S. dollars help the Philippines economy be consistent and grow. So that's not going to be good for the Philippines. Okay, he's focusing on immigration issues in the United States. Cash money. Anton, what do you mean cash money? Cash money for what? Okay, so he's shutting down immigration now. Trump needs the Philippines crush because of China. Dana, welcome, Dana. Yeah, Trump. I don't know about Trump, but the United States needs to keep the Philippines as an ally. Okay, they need to keep the Philippines as an ally because the Philippines is very, very strategic. They're a gateway to a lot of different countries, and in times of war in this Pacific realm, many countries want to use the Philippines as a place where they can get fuel and stop off and drop things off and pick up. So it's a very strategic point of view. China is a good partner for the Philippines at this time. They're making a lot of loans to the Philippines, and the Philippines is getting a lot of things done. I can't blame them. They need the money, so whoever they can get the money from, more power to them. Anton says, "Go here in Mexico, then take her to the border of Texas, and they will escort her across." Sorry for the political comment. I don't know about that, man. Go to Mexico and take her to the border of Texas. Yeah, we'll see about that. Oh, you pay for cash? Okay, good. Okay, Anton. Yeah, good thing, man. You did a good thing. Yeah, always pay cash for your car if you're out near the Philippines. Even I did that even when I was in the USA. I had 4 new cars that I bought in my life, and I never paid cash for those. That's a mistake I had. I paid monthly payments, they killed me. I paid them all off, but it took a long time to hurt me financially. So my last new car, I made a decision. I'll never buy another new car, and I'll always pay for my cars cash. That's what I've done. I've had four cash cards, not new cards, but four cash cards paid cash. This is my fourth year in the Philippines. We may be getting. We're looking at some cars now. At least they want to get SUV. So I don't know. They told me if it ain't broke, don't do it, don't fix it. I keep telling them that. Wish that's what you want, but we'll see about that. All right, let's see what we got here. You paid 2014 car. Okay, I hear you, Dana. No, man, that's just too much. Never, man. No, a used car, you can always find a good used car. And what I do is, when I buy a car used, I take that car. I either bring a mechanic with me or take it to a shop and have them do a check of every major system on the car. If they tell me, okay, it looks good, I can buy it. If they tell me it's a problem, I go to the next one. That's how I do it, man. And, you're gonna come out better that way by paying monthly payments on a new car. It's nice to have a new car. That new car smell is good, but after the new car smell is gone, you left with a big fat monthly payment. Who wants that? Not me. No. We live on a budget here in the Philippines, man. But we living good though. The money that I make here, I can live just as good as I did in the States. And I don't make as much money here that I did in the States but I can live just as good as I lived in the States. That's a good thing about it. Your money goes further here in the Philippines. It really does. More further here than in the States. All right, that's what Pumpkin says. The housing costs in Cebu. Okay, I agree with you on that, Pumpkin Joe. The housing costs in Lapu-Lapu, Mactan area is much, much less. It's cheaper. And a lot of people go out there for that. I got a lot of friends out there. I don't go out there. I don't go to that Lapu-Lapu area because it's too far. It's too far out from the main things here in Cebu. Cebu City, Ayala Mall, the big mall. That's a long drive. It's almost an hour drive. Especially, and don't let it be some traffic, man. Come across that big bridge. Y'all know about that big bridge over there, right? They have two bridges now. They're working on a third one. But when we first got here, everybody tell me, oh, Lapu-Lapu, Mactan, it's cheaper. Yeah, it is cheaper out there. But the quality is not, it's not there. Quality is not worth it. You pay less money, but the housing not worth it. And then guess what? Whenever there's a big storm come through here, usually the people on Mactan, Lapu-Lapu get the worst end up. So I wouldn't move out there. I mean, I know a guy that came out, he's been out about a year now, named Ron Sims. Ron said, man, I don't like big town life. I said, man, the only thing I could recommend you is maybe Lapu-Lapu, Mactan area. He's been out there. He loves it. I can't deal with it. It's too small town for me. And it's cheap out there now. You can get some cheap living. You can get apartments and stuff for like $100 a month. I'm serious. You can get an apartment for like $100 a month. I'm getting you some houses you can get for $200 a month. It's cheap out there, but the quality is not there. And if you want a social life, you're not going to have it there because you got to get off that island and cross that bridge and go to the city for anything exciting to happen in your life. Okay. So I don't recommend people to go out there, but if that's your thing, that's your thing. Okay, let's see. Cash is the only way to go if you're retired. I will sell mine after the warranty expires. Okay. Yeah, you need cash, man. You need whatever you're gonna do out here, pay cash. If you can't afford to pay cash, then you just save up your money till you can afford it. That's what I do. Andy, I wish I could say. Well, I tell you what, I'm not loaded by no means. But I did, when I was working for people, I saved a lot. I still got a lot saved. I have a lot of stocks and bonds, and I have a huge 401k fund. I'm not even touching, man. And it's still growing. It's still growing. So, you got to be wise. You got to be wise with money, man. You got to know how to make it grow for you. You got to know how to make it work for you. Those guys and you guys out there that get money and spend it, and you don't have nothing left after paycheck. You work from paycheck to paycheck, payday to payday. You better stop that. You gotta learn how to manage your funds, and that's what's going to keep you for the long term. Make your money work for you. You don't work for your money. First thing you do is hook it up to the computer. Right about that. Hook it up to the computer, Dana, and then do the computer analysis on the car, on the vehicle. It will tell you if there's anything seriously damaged on that vehicle, and then you'll have an idea of do you want to purchase that vehicle or not. Now, one of the things I can tell you guys out here that are looking to buy a car, here are some general guidelines. Number one, when you buy a car in the Philippines, you definitely don't, you can buy one from an individual, but a lot of times when you buy a car from an individual, they come up with this crazy stuff. You said, where's the title? I don't have the title, but I'm gonna sell it to you. No, you can't sell me no car without the title, man. What's wrong with it? But that's what they do out here. They sell cars all the time, individuals with no title. And you're really not buying it. You're just giving them money to rent it. So try not to buy a car from an individual, okay, if you can, unless they have the title in hand and you can see it and you can feel it, you know it's legit. The second thing you want to do is try to get a car. If you want to try to get a car, go to a dealer that's legit. There's some legit, illegitimate dealers out there as well. And then you want to make sure that they have all of the paperwork, okay? Because in the Philippines, when you buy a car, you have to have the title. They have to have the title, and you have to, both of you have to go to a lawyer. You have to go to a lawyer, and you have to get that title. The lawyer has to have the title in hand, and they have to have, you have to show them the bill of sale that you purchased, or receipt that you purchased the vehicle from the previous owner, and then the lawyer has to do a notary. He has to write up a whole bunch. You got to pay a lawyer to get that car signed over to your name, okay? So be careful for those of you that want to buy a car here. Be careful, because a lot of people get messed up, mixed up. They think they're buying a car, and they didn't get no title, no notary from the lawyer, nothing like that. And they have nothing. They just renting a car. Be careful with that, guys. I also got here. Philippines getting expensive like Thailand. Actually, I went to Thailand 2017. We had a great time in Thailand, man. I love it. We love it. In fact, Lisa D wants to go back. I'm not sure. We went to Bangkok, had a beautiful time, but Thailand is our dollars go far in Thailand, just like it goes far here, but it goes further here in the Philippines than it does in Thailand. Thailand has what's called a baht, BAHT. That's what their equivalency is to the peso or the dollar. Their money is called the baht, BAHT. At that time we went to Thailand, we were getting like 28 to 32 bahts per $1 of US dollar. And so it was okay. I mean, we deal with that. But Thailand is very, very polluted now. I don't know if you guys have seen the headlines. They're very, very polluted. And I'm not going there. We were using the Thailand as a possibility of moving there, but we since have changed our minds because of the pollution. I don't like any place was totally polluted like that. Thailand is a place where a lot of people are moving now because it has a great infrastructure. It has a very, very well laid out infrastructure, very similar to most of the modern cities in the US, and people find it easy to get around. Versus the Philippines, the infrastructure is not as built up as Thailand, okay? So a lot of people believe that if the Philippines had a better infrastructure, then more tourists would come and more people would come to live here. So Thailand has its advantages and it has a disadvantage. And one of the primary disadvantages of Thailand is that the language. The language barrier is one of the things that stop a lot of people going there. Now, when I first started dating online, I had a friend I worked with at Verizon Wireless, and he was dating. He was married to a Filipino, not a Thai person, Thai lady, and he told me to date a Thailand person. So I started going on the websites and dating Thailand people, but when I tried to communicate, they couldn't hardly speak, and I couldn't understand them. So I told them, he said, Philippines is good too. So I started looking at Philippines, and some of them was choppy English too, but I was able to communicate better with them than I was Thailand people, and so I just fell in love with Filipinos. I think the Philippines, and the Filipinos are the best thing on the planet Earth. That's just me now. I know some of you guys like, well, he crazy, man. No, but that's just me. That's just me. That's why I'm here. I love the Philippines, and I love the people, and I love the cordiality and the niceness of the people here in this country. Right. As Andy says, there's this show they call 90 Day Fiancé. Pay this girl's family 25,000. What? Okay, he says somebody paid the girl's family 25,000 United States dollars to marry her. On top of that, he had to pay her family 2 cows. That was Where was this at? Was this in the Philippines? I don't know. This couldn't have been in the Philippines. It must have been in some other country. No, the Philippines is not like that. You marry who you want. You don't have to pay them anything to get married. I know they have a lot of mail order brides, and I've never had a mail order bride because you don't really know what you're getting if you never met that person and you never seen her up close and personal. You don't know what you're getting. You gotta be careful with that kind of stuff. Them Thai women be playing games with this. Yeah, Thai women. I don't know. I've seen good and bad with the Thai women, just like I've seen good and bad with the Filipino women. Some of them are straight up honest with you, and some of them just want to game you, play a game on you, get your money. So, and it's just not Thai women or Filipinas. That's all the way around the world. In the USA, a lot of women just want you for your money, honey. That's it. They want your money. They could care less about you. They play the game, and that's what some women do. And those are the kind of women you want to stay away from. And the only way you're going to detect that is to deal with them one-on-one, find out how their personality are, and when you see they're a gold digger, you let them go. Cow dowry. Okay. It's called a dowry. Dowry. Okay, dowry. Okay. Yeah, a lot of some of the countries here in Asia and Africa, they have the dowry thing. In fact, India does it a lot too. India has this thing where they call it arranged marriages. Okay. I worked with a lady from India. She had an arranged marriage. She said from the time she was 12 years old, she knew who her husband was going to be. And when they got of age, because the families had already prearranged for them to get married. When they got of age, they were married. And she didn't love the guy, but she said they learned to love each other. They had 4 kids when I was working with them. So, yeah, they have a lot of things, how people get married. They have a dowry, and they can arrange marriage, a lot of stuff like that. That was Thailand? I don't know. So he paid that money for a Thai. He paid 25,000 for a Thai woman and 2 cows. That's sort of new to me. I didn't know they paid money for Thai women in Thailand. So that's a new one on me. But it depends on you and your lifestyle and your culture and how you feel. Like me, I would never pay money to marry a woman. I would never pay money to get a woman. I mean, there's too many women out here that you don't have to pay money for to pay money for one. It doesn't make sense. But to somebody else, it may make perfect sense. It just depends on the person. Make sure you're not dating a married woman because they get married young in the Philippines. Yeah, they do get married young in the Philippines. And that's a good point, Dana, because a lot of women online, they fool you like they're not married, they don't have any children, they live alone, and next thing you know, they married, got 3 children. Okay? So you have to be careful. You have to be careful, and you have to check these women out. I'm serious. I mean, when I started, man, every time I turn around, are you married? No. Having children? No. And you keep talking. Next thing you know, you done found out they got kids and everything else. Man, you have to be very, very careful and particular about when you're dating online. And I tell you what, one time I dated this lady, her name was Susan. online, and she told me she had one child. I said, okay, I can deal with one kid. And so I actually came to the Philippines and we met. I found out from a friend, not only did she have one child, she had three other children. She had four children. I said, I said, why are you lying to me like that? Why you sit up there and lie to me? I said I could deal with one, but you got four children. And we went on, and I was like, okay, next. I said, next. Got rid of her. So yeah, you got to be careful. But before I really got involved with any Filipina, I came to Philippines and checked them out. OUT, check them out. That's what you got to do. They can tell you anything and everything because they know what to say to make you feel good. They know how to stroke your ego as a man. They're trained on this dating online dating industry. It's a multi-billion peso industry. Money, honey. That's all they train to get your money. They train to say, I love you. They train to say, when you going to come to see me? They train to say, my daddy's sick. They train to say a whole bunch of stuff just for the purpose of touching your heartstrings and making you feel that you need to help them. But you don't need to help them. You need to be keeping your money in your pocket till you find out who's real and who's fake. All right, what's got out here? Bar girls. Oh man, bar girls. I actually advise everybody to stay away from bar girls. But one of my subscribers told me that bar girls make the best wives. I said, are you serious? He said, yeah. He said, I'm married to one. I said, well, I'm happy for you, but I wouldn't want to be bothered with a bar girl. He said he thought that way too until he got involved with a bar girl. But me, I'm telling everybody, why take chances? I mean, person in the bar, normally, most of them, I wouldn't say all of them now, most of them are out for your money. Now, he enlightened me because he said that there are some bar girls out there that were forced into bars before the parents make money, that kind of stuff. That's not their actual attitude, nor is it their nature. And said that's one he ran into, and that's one he married. His wife was forced to be a bar girl. She never liked that climate and that culture, and he got her out of it, and they have a great marriage. So, but for me personally, I would never deal with a bar girl. All right, what else we got here? Okay, married women, you have to be careful with the Filipinos out here because some of them will tell you they're married and they're actually not married. And some will tell you they're not married, rather, and they're actually married. And one thing I want to recommend and suggest to you guys out there is that be careful when you hook up with a Filipina in the Philippines. And when I say hook up, when you become intimate sexually with a Filipina. Because if that Filipina is married and you don't know it, you're liable to a lot of problems, okay? There is a law here in the Philippines that you could be arrested. It's an adultery law. You could be arrested and you could be fined. You could be locked up. If that Filipine is married, her husband catches you, and you could be locked. And that's another scam. Let me tell you what this scam. This scam is okay. You're a foreigner, right? You come to the Philippines, you meet your sweetness, your sweetheart, y'all hook up sexually. The next thing you know, you're in a hotel, and somebody knocks on the door and says, "That's my wife. What are you doing? You locked up my wife. La, 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 la. I'm gonna call the police and arrest you." And then all of a sudden, said, "I can get you out of this, sir. Give me 10,000 pesos. I'll let you go this time." It's a scam, and you got to be careful. There's a whole lot of scams. That's just one of many scams out there like that, all for the purposes of getting in your pockets. Okay, be careful. All right, let's see. They milked him for what he was worth. Plus, he had to throw a party for the girls' village. It's so pathetic. Yeah, they got him from everything because he liked the girl, apparently. Okay, you met a girl like Lisa D. You got something good, man. That's good. I'm glad to hear that, Andy. if you met a girl like Lisa D, you better stick with her, man. Lisa D is the cream of the crop, babe. Yeah, she's good. She's good. I mean, she's not perfect. Lisa D has some issues too. You know, I have issues. We work together. We work things out. But she's, as far as Filipinas are concerned, she's very loyal, very dependable, very reliable, and one of the most, I guess one of the best characteristics of Lisa D is that she's Christian. She fears God. She said, "I'm not going to do anything that's against the Lord." And when you get somebody like that that's got a fear of God, you somebody you want to stick with. All right, see what we got here. Dennis is my boy dating a Philippine woman. She teaches English in Europe. Okay. She teaches English in Europe. Okay. And he's talking about marrying her. He can talk about marrying her all he wants. But he better get to know that girl before he try to talk that marriage stuff. I mean, I encourage everybody before you get engaged, or before you get married, to have a long engagement period. And before you even talk that engagement stuff, take your time. I mean, it takes time to know people and to learn their habits and ways. Lisa D and I, we dated for 5 years, 5 long years before I popped the question. And why did we date for 5 long years? Because I had been married before, and I didn't want to go down and make the same mistake again. I had to make sure Lisa D was ready. After the first year, Lisa D was ready. When you gonna marry me? When you gonna marry? I said, take my time. Let's take it slow. I don't want to rush into this thing. Let's take it slow. And she kept. And I realized what she didn't know is that I was testing her out all along. Yeah, Bobby D was testing. I was putting every test I could put on her. Every time I turned around, I was testing her. And most of the tests I took her through, she passed it. Okay, there's some tests she didn't pass, but most of the tests she passed. And so I said, "Oh man," and I saw her being loyal to me and faithful to me. And the reason why I could verify her loyalty and her faithfulness is I would visit mom and pop and the sisters and the assistant brothers, and they would tell me, "Lisa D loves you, man. She don't be fooling around on you." And I said, "Oh wow, okay." And that's how I tested it. I verified it out. Okay, and I recommend everybody at least 1 long year. Okay, don't go out here rushing. You got 3 months and you hot for her, she hot for you, and you jump up and get married. You asking for serious trouble because you don't know what you get. You think you know what you get, but people change. And if you are not careful, that lady will take you for everything you got. I mean, there's plenty of people out here right now busted and disgusted because they married a Filipina and they were the gold digger. They were a wolf in sheep's clothing, and they didn't know it because they didn't take their time to investigate. They didn't take their time to find out her family life, her friends' life, how she was living. They didn't take time. All they thought about how to try. We're gonna get married. Take your time. Take it slow. I will see. Yeah, Anton, marriage is forever. There's no divorce here in the Philippines. Yeah, there's no divorce. Seriously. There's no divorce on the record books or the law books here in the Philippines. Now they do have this thing that's called annulment. And annulment is saying that you really never fulfilled the marriage and you can get out of it, and it takes a lot of money for that. So most people, if you find somebody that was married here and they got an annulment, they had to pay a lot of money for that, and it takes a lot of time. So most people, if their marriage doesn't work out, they can't get a divorce. So, and they can't afford an annulment. So what they do, they just can't stay married, but they go and live with somebody else. That's how it is out here. Okay, they've been together for 4 or 5 years. Okay, all right. You want any more kids, Dana? Okay, I'm with you on that. Lisa D wants some kids, man. I was like, okay, Lisa D. I mean, she wants some. I got 2 already. I don't really want more. But if it happens, I'm gonna deal with it. But I'm happy like it is. I'm like you, Dana. Anton said lost 530,000. Woo! Wow! In 10 months? Oh man, that's a lot of money, man. That's over half a million. Dang, man, what? You should have told him to see me. He could have gave me some of that. I could have kept him out of some trouble. Woo, man, that's crazy. 530,000. My goodness. Andy, I don't know, man. We'll see. Let's see. This D1 one bad too. You know, it just depends. Depends. I love children though. I love children. I really do. I got two grandkids. I went out there last year, man. One of my grandkids, Isaiah and Jariah. I think, man, my grandkids, they two boys. I never had any boys. I got two girls. So man, we bonded immediately. I can't wait to see them again. I see them on the internet, but I want to see them in person again. Let's see what else we got here. American married Filipino woman bought a house and land together with her husband showed back up. You know what, man? That's right. You marry a Filipino woman out here, and her husband, her husband shows up. You got to get out that house because her husband owned that house, and then they're gonna get you for big what do you call it when you marry more than once? Bigotry. They'll get you for that too. Bigamy. Get you for all of that, man. You have to be very, very careful. One thing that a lot of people should do that they really don't do is if you really fall for a Filipina out here, you really love her, you think she is the one for you, you've been knowing her for a year, you've been on for 2 years, and you really want to pop your question, you really want to get married to her, why don't you go ahead and get you a report, hire your PI, private investigator, check her out. I mean, it's not going to cost a whole lot, maybe what, $200-300, $500, but it's worth it. It's worth it for you to know the truth and the background of the person that you're trying to marry. It will save you a whole lot of time and it'll save you a whole lot of effort. In my case, I didn't have to hire a private eye. Why? Because I was the private eye. I was Mr. PI, man. Every time I turn around, what you doing? Who said that? Who's this friend? I check her phone. She checked my phone. I check hers too. Yeah. Well, man, you gotta check people out, especially because I was taking care of her. Once I found that I liked her, and once I met Lisa D and found out that she was legit, I met her family, I met her friends. I said, if I love you, I have to help you in life, and I made more than her. She was still working. I still would help her. And so because I was helping her, and I made sure I checked everything out. I made sure I knew every peso I sent her, I knew exactly where it was going to. You got to check people out. Okay, and if you get a girl pregnant that's married to someone else, her husband can throw you both. That's exactly right. Her husband can throw you both in jail and keep your child, even though he has not been in for 10 years. Exactly right, Anton. Here in the Philippines, you marry a girl, she's already been married. She's already still married to someone else. The husband, and you get that girl pregnant, the husband her first husband, or a real husband rather, can come and take her wife back, put you in jail, get your money, and he can keep that son that you had or you thought was yours because you got the wife pregnant. That's not your son. Sorry to tell you, but in the Philippines, that's the first husband's son. Yeah, that's the law. It's on the books. See, it's a lot of laws, hidden laws and stuff that you guys don't know. And when a lot of people come out here, they set themselves up for failure. You have to know the laws in the country you go to before you get here. And you have to know who you're dealing with. That's why it's important that you check the background out of a person that you're getting intimate with. And especially because if she's a married person, you're opening yourself up to a lot of legal trouble. Some of them islands are Muslim based. Yeah, some of the islands are Mindanao. A lot of them are Mindanao. Some of them are here. Muslims are all over this country. And Muslims now, they have this separate law. They have a separate law where if you're a Muslim, you actually can have multiple wives. Now, it's not legal in the Philippine books, but it's legal in the Muslim community. And recently, the Philippines has approved, it's called the Bangsamoro Law. They have a community in Mindanao that's ran by the Muslims. They've approved it. And so that community out there goes by, I think this for the final approval, I'm not sure if the final approval has been done in the Congress yet, but that community out there is ran by Muslim law versus Filipino law. So you have to be careful if you're dealing with a Muslim. It's a whole nother set of laws that they deal with. A Muslim can have multiple wives. In order for a Muslim to divorce his wife, it's very, very easy. According to Muslim law, all they have to do is say, I divorce you, I divorce you, I divorce you 3 times. And they're done. They're divorced. That's Muslim law. And the reason why I know that, I had a brother-in-law, one of my first marriage, my brother-in-law is Muslim. He had 4 wives, and he would go through them like water. He said, that's all I got to do. Tell him about divorce 3 times, I'm done. I said, man, that's easy. But I'm telling you, man, you just got to be careful. All right, guys. It's been a pleasure. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing another right around the same time, maybe tomorrow or day after. But I'm going to be doing more lives for a while. Keep abreast of what's going on with my fans and my subscribers. Make sure y'all know what's going on with me. Andy, good night, man. Blessings to you. Dana, good night. Blessings to you. Anton, good night. Blessings to you. Nate, good night. Blessings to you. Who else we got here? Anybody I didn't mention? Blessings to you. Good night. Been a pleasure. All right, bye. All right, that's it for now, guys. Remember, if you have not subscribed to the channel, click on the subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you can continue receiving fresh, new Philippine videos, motivational videos, and worldwide videos. I have something for everybody that subscribed to my channels because I want to make sure everybody is comfortable. I don't always do just Filipino videos. I don't always do just motivational videos. And I don't always do worldwide videos. I do a variety of all, and there's something in there for everybody. Okay? That's it for now, guys. This is Bobby D saying take care. God bless. Peace.